Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Shear and the man of the hour, Arizona offensive coordinator Seth Doege. How you doing, my man?
Man, I'm doing great. Appreciate you guys having me on. It's been crazy traveling, recruiting, all sorts of stuff. But when I get to talk to Wildcats, man, I'm all about it.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. I was going to say that looks like you've hit the ground running, obviously recruiting. I know you can't talk about that, but just kind of talk about your first couple weeks here as the Arizona offensive coordinator.
It's been unbelievable. Obviously the people have been great to me. Coach Brennan has really made the transition extremely easy. I think the offensive staff has been very, very willing to kind of adapt to my personality and the way, my vision on how I want the offensive of recruiting to go. And then, obviously Danny Gonzalez, he's been a big part of my transition as well. And I really believe in that dude too. So I think I said it the other day, man, like everybody talks about like, oh, the, offense, this, offense, that. Well, we just hired a freaking savage on defense. So we're about to choke people out. I'm super excited about that.
Coach, when you looked at this roster, a lot of guys you've added in the offseason in the last few weeks have been offensive linemen. How important is that in terms of your system, and just what's your overall evaluation of what you've been able to accomplish there in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I made this joke all the time when I first got there because I put this board up of, all the names that were, at each position. And I came in and I looked at it every single day, and we were a little bit thin at the O-line position just because of numbers, and the first day I looked at it, I was like, oh no, we're in trouble. The second day I looked at it, I feel like you flip your mindset and the way you look at things, and it's like, okay, great. We get to go pick the guys that want to be here, the guys that we get to pick, the guys that are available out there that, match and, look, they're the type of guys that want to be at Arizona, the type of players that want to win, the type of players that aren't looking for a money grab. Like we get all those guys to come in and play, and we create an offensive unit around those guys. And now it's kind of like, watch out, we're ready to do this thing.
All right, talk a little bit about Noah Fifita then. Obviously, had a spectacular freshman year. Everybody knows what he's capable of. Like, you've said in interviews, I mean, you've known of Noah Fifita for quite a while. You called him a baller. What are you looking to get out of Noah this year? Just looking at the offense, what are you looking to get out of him?
Yeah, I love Noah. Obviously I've known him for a while. I've always believed in that kid. It's kind of, I mean, man, I can't believe I'm in a position to actually get the coaching. I do think he's extremely talented as a thrower. I do think we can clean his footwork up because he's so good at naturally throwing the football. I mean, he's super accurate. It's a very catchable ball. It spins out of his hand. I just think we need to get him in rhythm on time at times, and I think sometimes he relies on his, ability to kind of create with his arm. That every now and then will get him in trouble. Well, if we have, fundamentals built into, drop mechanics, rhythm, timing, and space, well, it's going to be hard to defend that dude. So I'm excited to work with him.
Coach, a lot of times when you hear about air raid and all that, the tight end doesn't even come to mind, right? And you guys just hired Josh Miller. What can you tell us about him and just the position in this offense?
Yeah, Coach Miller, he's one of my better friends, in my personal life, but that's not why I hired him. I hired him because I think he's the best coach I've ever been around. The story about him is, he came when I was at Bowling Green. I was the receiver coach. He was at an NAIA school where he was, he played quarterback at, and they won national championships. But he was the quarterback coach there. He asked if he could come to summer camp. Well, I told him, man, if you want to come to camp, if you want to evaluate, man, you can't just sit there and watch. You got to work. And he was like, put me to work, coach. I'll do anything. So I put him kind of in the, one of my receiver groups to manage one of the stations. And he might have been the best coach on the field that day. So it made a big impression on me. And so when we had a GA opportunity come up, this kid, he's married at the time. And the GA opportunity maybe paid like $6,000. I mean, it was a truly bet on yourself type of deal. And I asked him if he wanted to come do it. And he did it. Ended up being one of the better coaches on the staff as a GA. Wow. So, everywhere I've been, and we became tight after that, and he's kind of continued to grow. And then obviously, putting him in that room last year with me at Marshall. I mean, he was tremendous for us. I mean, we were a top 20 rushing offense, and a lot of that had to do with him. Just his ability to create, his ability to manipulate space through scheme. But like when it comes to tight end play, I mean, his fundamentals, the way he coaches them, the way he demands them it's elite. And so I'm super excited to have him.
All right, let's talk a little bit about that because, you obviously you played in a system where you threw the ball around. Last year, you ran the ball at a very, very effective rate as offensive coordinator. What do you, when you look at your system, is it basically, okay, here's what our strengths are, here's what our personnel is, and we're going to adapt to that? What do you look at when you go into your roster and what you want to implement?
I think I've kind of adapted this from Graham Harrell. The guy that I've learned a lot under. He's been a big influence on me. But he always said, "Hey, man, we're gonna do what our best people do." So if our best people are receivers, like the first year at USC, we had Drake London, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, we had Michael Pittman, we had Tyler Bonds, and we had some other guys that were on the bench that ended up being draft picks. Well, we stayed in 10 personnel. Why would we take any of those receivers off the field? And we threw the ball. Well, if you fast forward to year 3 there, our best personnel grouping was 12. We had 2 tight ends that were young. We had 2 older guys that could do some different stuff in the run game. Then we had 2 young guys that could really, were valuable in the pass game. So we stayed in 12 personnel 50% of the time. So I think it just depends on, who your best people are. But the best thing about the scheme is it's flexible to that. Like you don't have to change exactly who you are or what you do based on your personnel groupings. You're able to maximize and be flexible throughout your scheme where the rules and fundamentals and everything stay consistent. So it allows those guys to go play fast regardless of what grouping you're in.
You obviously would have liked to coach T-Mac for a season, but how to rebuild that wide receiver room, just overall thoughts in that room and kind of what you were looking for in doing so.
Full disclosure, when I took the job for a little bit, for like 2 seconds, I was like, can we get him to come back? So obviously I knew T-Mac in high school as well. We were on him big time at USC. We did everything we could to sign that kid. And so I knew how special he was. And then when you watch the tape, it's like, dude, why would you not throw him 50 targets every single game, right? I mean, he is that special. But obviously he left a big hole to fill in that receiver room. And, throughout the portal, there were some guys that we missed on that we really would like to have. But there was also some guys we hit on that we weren't expecting. And then and through that process, I feel like we got really, really fast. Okay. Right. So we added obviously Trey Spivey, who's got some length to go along with some of the young guys that are already on the roster that has some length that will end up developing into to good players. But then we added some guys that, all these guys could probably run at 10.5 sub 10.5 and 100. So we really got some juice out there. And so I'm excited to kind of see where it goes.
All right. When you, obviously when Coach Brennan came to you, what about Arizona just kind of enticed you and said, you know what, that's the next stop? Because you're a rising star in the coaching industry. I mean, you've been on a lot of hot parts. Don't be modest. You know it as well as we know. You know it as well as we know. But, what just looked at it and said, you know what, that's the next stop for me in my coaching progression?
Man, I appreciate those kind words. We got to score points. We're still in the honeymoon phase here. Everybody's excited. So we got to go execute, which, I plan on doing. I'm extremely confident in who I am and what I'm capable of. And then I got a great team of guys around me that can help that. But I mean, it took me probably 30 minutes within the job interview to realize that this is a special place. For whatever reason, Arizona has always been a state that I've enjoyed. My vacationing here. Doing that kind of stuff. I've always said like this is a cool place, would be a cool place to be. But within 30 minutes of being around Coach Brennan and Bobby Wade really sold me too. And then Zoe, I talked to Zoe before the interview stuff, because we had mutual friends. And it was just like, man, we have good people here. We have good resources. This is a great town. Why can't you do it here? And that sold me. And I'm excited. And this is where I want to be for sure.
You're on the road recruiting. I mean, without giving too much away, what is your pitch when you're on the road with recruits and recruiting to Arizona?
The same thing I just said. I think I sell Coach Brennan a lot because I think he's genuine. I think he has a real heart. I think he's vulnerable with it, which is awesome for the kids. You don't have to have an appointment to see him. You actually can have a relationship with your head coach. And then on offense, it's about, hey man, I'm here to change the mentality here. The mentality is going to be expect to score. So I don't care where the ball's placed down. It could be on the carpet, it could be in your backyard, it could be a walkthrough, and it could be in front of 100,000 people. Regardless of the environment or the arena, we expect to score, and that's got to be that mentality. And so I'm trying to, and I tell them like, hey, I'm coming to find guys that are built that way. Okay, I want to recruit to the culture so we don't have to recreate the culture every year. And so that's a big sell. Another big sell is I think Tucson's dope. I think it's a cool place.
It is.
And I have a unique perspective. That's what I say all the time. I got a unique perspective because I picked it too. I had options as well, and it took me 30 minutes to realize, oh, this is the best place for me. And it was the best place for me because it was a place that had resources that you could go win a Big 12 championship. It had really good people, and the city's dope. So that's all I needed to see.
All right, now, Coach, just a little bit. We only got a couple minutes left. Talk about the offensive line then a little bit. Obviously, you lost Big Jonah. That's another one probably you look at. You're like, oh, it would have been nice if he came back. But, you're retooling the offensive line. You got some new players in as well. You got some players like, Big Rhino hoping that, healthy and everything back. You got Deuced. What are you looking for from your offensive line, and who in the unit, particularly intrigues you? Besides all of them. How about that?
Yeah, I think all of them intrigue me. They all have different skill sets. I am a big fan of Big Rhino. I love his personality and his juice. I think he's right on schedule to be back in time for us to go get it. I love Deuce. Like if you're around the office, you would see Deuce every day. That dude works harder than anybody in that unit. And
he's a big person.
Big person, and he wants to be really, really good at football. And so he works at it, which tells me everything I need to know. I mean, I see that dude every single day out there voluntarily trying to get better. And the greatest thing about him, too, is I've noticed that he's grabbed and taken on the new guys, and they work now. I mean, he drags them along with him. So he's done a great job of leadership already, and his influence has made an impact, from day one. So I'm excited about Jordan Brown. I think he's extremely athletic. I think Ty Buchanan has played a lot of freaking Big 12 football. I think DK has been big time for Hawaii. I mean, he's pretty athletic. If you put on the UCLA tape, man, he held his own. I mean, he looked like he belonged. And so we got some really good transfers that can really play. Tristan Bounds is probably the biggest man on campus. So we got a lot of tools there, including the guys that are coming back like Lotto and Wooten, that are young guys that I feel like we can develop into real dudes that have a chance as long as they continue to grow. So that's very exciting. I feel like we have a competitive room now. And like I said, man, it all starts up front. So, we go how those guys go.
Last one for you, Coach. You Texas Tech guy, all that. Is this whole Big 12 stuff weird to you? Arizona and the Big 12 and all the other schools, and just how it's changed?
It is weird. It is weird just because it's not the same league. Obviously, it's a way more competitive league. Okay, like it felt like at the time when I was playing, Iowa State wasn't Iowa State. That was almost like a W. Right. No matter what, Kansas wasn't Kansas. That was a W. And even K-State, I mean, my junior year, they were like number 2 in the country. But before that, I mean, it was kind of like, that's just K-State, So with that being said, I mean, in this league now, there's a bunch of parity. I mean, anybody can win on any given week. And so when the ball's snapped, you better be ready to play, and you better be prepared and execute because, like I said, everybody's good. And so I'm excited to play in it for sure.
Coach, have you been to Baggins yet since you've been here? It's a gourmet sandwich restaurant around the U of A. You should go there. They give you a free cookie with your sandwich.
Hey, I'm all in. I'm all in on that. I feel like the only thing I've done so far in town is drive from Coach Brennan's house to the facility because I've been staying with Coach B. And so I kind of know that. I know that direction. And then every now and then when I don't have something to do at night, I'll go explore. I found a cool taco joint.
Del Taco? Is it Del
No,
Taco?
no, but I've heard about Del Taco, so we need to make that happen.
Yes.
Got me?
We will make this happen. I will bring you the cheeseburger, Coach. I will bring you
We
a
need to make
cheeseburger.
that happen, no doubt.
Yes, that will happen. Also, Coach, you've been fantastic. You're a rock star. Can we get a back the A before you sign off?
Oh, 100%. Back the A, baby. Let's go to work.
Yes. All right. Coach,
Thank
we'll
you,
let you
Coach.
get back to work. Very much appreciate you. You've been fantastic, Coach. Thanks a ton.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Bear down.
Appreciate you. Yep, bear down, back the A. That's Arizona offensive coordinator Seth Doege. That was awesome. You know, again, they're getting out of the community. I love this year. It's fantastic. This is good stuff. Also, guess what? You might have looked at Coach and say, "Man, that guy's got immaculate teeth." Probably hasn't been to Aris Dental yet, but guess what? If he's a grinder and he misses a mouth guard or something, he should be going there. This is true, Sheer. We agree with this.
Absolutely. Good people, mouth guards, dental implants, get it done.
Yes, exactly. And you don't have to pay $25,000 to get an implant there. You can do it. It is new. Or not new. It's not new, but it is a little bit different though, in that it's a different form of dental for a different kind of dental insurance. How about that? And you get lower prices, all of the stuff, and they only offer necessary treatment. Again, for mouth guards, dental implants, you name it, they have got it. Check it out at Tucson Teeth. Okay, and besides just that, we've also got Comfort X HVAC. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. We're still working on that one, that little, but yes, exactly. That was fantastic, you know. But when you tune into this show, you know for a fact that we are 100% professionals. All right, everybody hit the like button, by the way. Comfort X HVAC is raising the bar for heating and cooling in Tucson. And again, the cool thing about it is perfect track record, residential and commercial HVAC experience. And again, cut out the overhead and all that red tape, or I don't know if it's red tape or not, but either way, it's a deck. You could, I don't know if it is or not. I'm just winging that one. But here's the deal: when you go with Comfort X for a premium HVAC installation, you can get up to 10 years of routine maintenance included. That's a decade of worry-free heating and cooling. Call them today. Book online. Mention Wildcats again. Got to mention Wildcats. Make us look good as well. Get in there. Hop in there. You will thank me later. Check it out. Okay. Oh, we got Ray. We got Ray in here, by the way. We got Ray in here. Oh man, always when the great Ray hops in here, you know that it's good. Okay. Also, all right. Now, Sheer, listen. You know, I get a lot of people that are asking me. They're like, Mike, you know, what's going on here? What's going on here with the coaches being out of the community? Here's the thing: it's better late than never. I get people all the time. They're like, "Oh, Mike, you're going soft. You're going soft." No, I still need to see it on the field. But guess what? If I'm going to complain about something for a year and they start doing it, I'm going to give them credit for it.
It's refreshing, right? Like I thought Danny Gonzalez was an awesome interview, and I thought Seth was an awesome interview. And it's good. Like it's what we've said before. You want to hear from these guys. You want them to generate excitement. It's important to generate excitement because we said it in this town. If the town cares about the players and coaches, even if they're not doing great, they'll still more likely to go to the game than the team. And I think Danny said it. The worst isn't passion. Like when you're ripping them on Twitter or whatever, he goes, "Yeah, bring it." The worst is apathy. When apathy kicks in, your program, your coaching staff, it's done.
Yes, and that's what, again, so I'm going to give him credit on that one. Now, this is all going to come down to Noah Fifita. This is, you know, and how Noah, it's an interesting situation in how this is all played out, because you watch Noah and listen, I mean, Noah was out of sorts last year. In all fairness, back the A. Lamont Lovett, the great Lamont Lovett in here. Back the A, baby. Okay, now with, Noah was out of sorts last year. You could just tell that Noah wasn't comfortable. This was, and it's weird to see that because he's a cerebral football player. You lose T-Mac, that's obviously a big loss. But in a weird way, I look at the wide receiver room, and I've got to give them a lot of credit because you have, like, instead of having T-Mac and a bunch of guys that we like that weren't really maybe that good, Jeremiah Patterson.
Come on.
I know. We have not given up on.
You should have asked Seth about Jeremiah Patterson.
Yeah, that was a big loss. We should have absolutely brought up Jeremiah Patterson. We have not given up. To anybody out there, we have not given up on Jeremiah Patterson. This is true, Sheer.
We'll never give up on Jeremiah.
We will never give up on. Never give up on Jeremiah Patterson. But you look at it, though, you've got a lot of really good number twos. I like Chris Hudson a lot. Chris Hudson goes to Compton, Buffalo's spot, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree with
Yeah,
that. You said,
yeah, it was a big thing. I was excited. I'm not a
Dude.
Buffalo spot guy, but I was excited in Compton too.
Yeah, I know. He went in there with a big neck tattoo, and he went in there and he got the Buffalo spot in Compton. That's pretty cool.
I thought it was very refreshing to hear constructive criticism of Noah.
I thought it was too.
Isn't just going to go in and be like, this guy's awesome. And he loves Noah. Don't get me wrong. Nothing to fix, blah, blah. He said right away, yeah, we got to work on his footwork. And he's not wrong.
So you don't think that coach wants him running back 20 yards to throw the ball from the 4-yard line into the end zone?
Yeah, that stuff is gone. Guarantee it. And it's going to be quick release and it's going to be all that. And in order to have the quick release, you need to make sure your footwork is on par. I liked it. Like, he knows Noah's a good quarterback, but it was cool to hear him say, yeah, look, we got stuff to work on. And then when he's talking about the wide receivers, he's right. They don't, Spivey's the big in terms of height. He's the biggest one, but speed, right? In this offense, you could get away with a bunch of fast wide receivers. And that's what they added. I like Chris Hudson a lot. I think Watley is going to be surprisingly good. To
Wysong, let's not forget Wysong.
Luke Wysong is going to be good. I like the room. Chris Hunter, who we look at all the new guys, but Chris Hunter had a pretty damn good year last year.
Yeah.
It's a nice rebuild of the room. Yeah, T-Mac's not there. That's going to hurt, but I don't think there's any question the depth in the wide receiver room is significantly better this year.
Michael Killebrew back. Michael Killebrew. Yes, we like that. MGK back with my guy, Dwayne Akina. Keep it cooking. We will talk about that there in a little bit. Also, looking at, though, like I said, you've got a bunch of, I think, solid number 2 wide receiver types. And you know what? Here's the deal. If you're Noah Fifita and you've got a bunch of guys that can, again, you're not going to dudes like T-Mac. We probably won't be seeing a T-Mac come around here a lot. It's like the people that are like, when's the next Gronk coming through here? Unless it's Jeremiah Patterson. If it's Jeremiah Patterson, then if Jeremiah Patterson catches for like 500 yards next year,
we're unbearable. Just letting everyone know now.
Are unbearable. Then we turn him into a 2-way player like Travis Hunter. Cody James Martin wants to make a point about Noah, it sounds like. Cody James Martin, do you want to hop in here? The voice from God, like up above when he spoke to like Moses or whatever. Go ahead.
Well, one thing I think is going to be really interesting to see about Noah is how he reacts to not having T-Mac. Because you got to think he's had him for the last 6 years that he's played and he started. Yeah. So, and I've been watching a lot of the replays of the games over the last couple of weeks, and it's very clear. Man,
why
are you doing that, Cody?
Mostly the wins. I have them on it's a whole thing. I have a YouTube playlist. They come up every once in a while.
Gotcha.
But it's very clear that even from the start of the play, when he feels like he's in trouble, he's going to T-Mac right away. And so it's going to be interesting to see when he gets in those situations where he's like, hey, I absolutely need 8 yards right now, 10 yards right now, where he's going to go with it and how he's going to react to that and respond.
I think it's going to be now. People are accusing Shear. Listen, if anybody's going to make fun of Shear, I need to be the one that makes fun of him first, not anybody in the chat. I don't think Shear's hedging. I don't think he was even asked. I believe Chris Hunter, if you just had to ask me right now, Mike Luke, your opinion sucks, but I want your opinion.
Chris Hunter's the number 1 wide receiver.
Chris Hunter is the number 1 wide receiver. Yes.
Absolutely.
What? We agree. All right, Irish Mike. Have we ever had a guy with 3 first names like Cody James Martin? How about Michael Aaron Luke? How about that? Do not forget that one.
Look at you.
Yeah, that was good. That's good. All right, now let's talk about the. So again, we're on that. It's going to be interesting. Our good pal Ben One White. We're going to have to ask him on the post-game show because I know that he was tuning into the tight end segment. It's going to be interesting to see how the tight end is utilized. I mean, they were visiting, if I'm not mistaken, with Kellen Ford and good tight end, obviously. That'll be an interesting one to see because he could be the crown jewel of the high school recruiting class year. This is true.
Yeah, Saturday night, Brennan, Doege, and Miller were visiting with Kellen Ford because Kellen Ford has known Brennan since birth, like literally,
right.
But he never had met.
Wait a second, he birthed him?
Yeah, pretty much. He's known him since birth. He knew him since
he birthed the girth.
Yeah, but Doege and Ford, and then Miller and Ford. That was a crazy comment when you think about it. Doege's been around a lot of good coaches, and he said that Josh Miller's the best coach he's ever been around.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy that's been around, Graham Harrell, and he coached at USC. He coached at Ole Miss with Kiffin. Like, he's been around some dudes.
Yeah.
And for him to trust Miller that much says a lot for me. And that was the guy. Like, when they went and they got rid of Atkins, they got rid of Atkins for Josh Miller. It was never going to be anyone else. So I'm very curious to see the Titans. And then he said also, which is refreshing, that one of the that's my word of the day. One of the reasons why the running game was good was because of the tight ends and in their blocking and all that.
So does this mean that we have to have a Sam Olsen type out there? Is that what you're preparing us for?
No, but I think from what I understand and talking off air and all that, they're always going to have a tight end on the field. Pretty much, that position is not going away anytime soon. It's going to be a very interesting room to look at after the spring too.
This makes our good pal Ben White very happy,
because you got, like, I don't know if they're going to move Barmore to wide receiver. I got to ask around, but they have Barmore, they have Ford, then they have Powell, and they have Moran. It feels like one or two kind of have to go, right?
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk Irish Mike, Shelby Shear, the lovely Shelby L. Shear. What is Shelby's middle name?
Kristen.
Is it spelled with an L?
Kristen?
That was funny.
Got
I was
it.
kidding.
That was good. At our wedding, the guy, whatever it is, kept calling her Kirsten, and she was absolutely furious.
Well, she should be. You don't let that happen.
Yeah, at the wedding, kept calling her the wrong name. It was awesome.
Mismangling somebody's name at the wedding. Yeah, that's like calling a recruit not even knowing what their name is.
Our wedding may not even be legal. Our marriage.
Oh yeah, I do wonder about that. All right, now
Kristen.
Kristen. No, that's it. Yes, we aren't actually married. Little known fact: Shear is technically available.
I'm a very eligible bachelor right now.
What is it? Bring me your tired, hungry, eligible.
What? Children?
Yeah,
No.
What is that?
No, you're gonna get me in trouble.
I am just kidding. Okay. Now we do need to talk about Tyler Loop. Irish Mike, the great Irish Mike. There is no replacing a guy like Loop. We're just not going to kick field goals. Go for it every fourth down. I think we should just go Madden style if you don't have that. Because here's the thing. I don't want to go. We have watched a lot of bad kicking at the U of A. A lot of bad kicking. I still have memories of Zendejas kicking the ball into the butt of his center or whatever it is. If you don't have a good kicking game, then guess what? Go for it each time. I like that idea.
They're going to hire a special teams coach here in the next 2 weeks. They're not in a rush. My guess is they let him take a look at the room and figure it out.
You think it's going to be David Phipp?
Why?
I don't see it. You think David Phipp's going to leave the NFL for the U of A? Make the case. Sure. I don't see it.
I tweeted as a joke that I'm ready to hire Dave Phipp now, and someone in the program very high up called me and was cracking up and said, "You don't actually think that Arizona could hire Dave Phipp, do you?" I was like, "No, they can't hire Dave. He makes over $1 million a year for the Detroit Lions. Why would he possibly come to Arizona for whatever it's paying?" They'll hire a guy in a couple weeks. He'll assess the room. My guess, and it's just an educated guess, they're going to add a kicker here somehow. I don't know if
I hope
it'll be a walk on or whatever, but I bet you they add a kicker.
I hope that they do that as well. All right, now we're talking about all these people making all this money. You might say to yourself, Mike Luke and Jason Shearer, those guys definitely not that type. But guess what? If you are and you're looking for a long-term future with this long view, Cody, bring it up. Bring it up. Okay. Here's the deal with Longview. Our good pal Andre Veras, he's in the chat right now. Longview Insurance and Investments. Now listen, we make no promises on this show. We're very clear about that, but I would highly recommend Andre Veras. Highly recommend. He is in the comments right now. All right. Personalized, comprehensive financial planning, tailored retirement income strategies, distinctive wealth management. And again, here's the cool thing about him. He is a U of A guy through and through and through. He used to, when I was at 1290, he used to bring me and Kevin beers. Kevin used to drink all the beers, and I got like a little bit of the leftover. But yes.
You brought Kevin beers. They were best friends.
Yes. But, and again, and then he also came over to Shear. I brought him over to Wildcat Authority. I get full credit for Andre Veras, not you. But Andre Veras can also help you out potentially. He might be able to. I would highly endorse him. Check it out, Longview Insurance and Investments. You will thank me later. And guess what? Maybe when you're on your way to Longview, you're also thinking to yourself, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. What could I, oh shoot, I did. Yeah, you're right. I'll get that back, Cody. Baggins. Yummy. Now, yummy, yummy in my tummy. Look at all of that. That looks very good. People, you need to use the AZ12 for 15% off. I went there twice this past weekend. I need you all to be able to do that. Again, check it out. Sure, you like Baggins, you and the lovely Mrs., who I guess you're not married, but you've been together for a long time. You guys both like Baggins. This is true.
Yes, who doesn't like Baggins? Baggins is
Yes.
good. Their sandwiches are huge. Look at that sundown right there. You got a little bit of
Yummy,
catering in
yummy.
that picture. Someone said they get the Anasazi chicken.
Oh, yummy,
Yeah.
yummy. Oh,
Right there.
the
Get the
Anasazi
Baggins.
chicken.
Today's a
Oh,
good
that's-
day for Baggins.
Does
Maybe
that
I'll go
sound?
after it.
Does anything sound more indigenous to the Southwest than the Anasazi chicken?
Yeah. What more do you want?
Yes,
Local.
exactly.
Girth.
Yes. Girth. Lamont love it back in here. Everybody use AZ12 for 50% off. Very, very good. I will say this. All right, Cody, we're good. I will say this. It is interesting, dude. Did I tell you this? So I had multiple meetings last week where I wore a tie.
I don't believe you.
No, I did. No. It's true. I even took a picture. I might even post the picture. Also Baggins is great for catering for great meetings. Yes. I have a tie. I have 4 ties here, and I might actually
I have some ties. I
You
don't have
haven't-
anything. I have ties.
You haven't worn a tie in 20
Oh, no, I
years.
haven't worn it, but I have it.
Yeah. No. Either way, I have a tie. Maybe I will show this. Hey, you know what I should do sometime? I should just come onto the show with a tie.
Yeah, we'll both come on. Next, coach's interview, we'll come on with ties.
Yeah, no, and I know how to tie a tie. I've known how to tie a tie since Boy Scouts. Most people, tuxedo shirt is not a tie. Mike Andy Bryant, be nice. No, I know how to tie a tie. I
Is it a
learned
tie or is it a boat like Dumb and Dumber?
No. It's not like the Corey Williams tie. It's like an actual tie. But yes, I wore a tie. I know how to put a tie on. Everybody out there thinks that I'm like the paralyzed parrot that can't do anything, and I can tie a tie. There you go. All right, but either way, Anasazi chicken, very good. Irish Mike says Anasazi comes either hatch green chili, best thing out of New Mexico besides Y Song, or AJ Bramlett.
Danny Gonzalez from New Mexico.
Danny Gonzalez as well. Yummy in my tummy. Check it out. Okay, now we're gonna get to a little bit of Arizona basketball, but first, as we always talk about, we are a football school, and that is obvious here. Let's talk now a little bit about what are your offensive expectations right now. I am going to ask you, what
I have very high expectations.
Very
I'd
high.
like to see them score a touchdown or 2 a game.
Oh,
Now, listen, I understand that last.
hold on. Do you want to walk that one back or no?
What? I mean, I don't see why they can't. I just want to see him be an offense.
Right.
I'm not putting a number on it right now because I got to look, and I'm not. I don't know, but it's points. Look smart. That'd be cool. Have a plan.
Yeah. I get people that ask me all the time, and that's really where I'm at. I can't really put a point on there. I know it's a hedge. I do not care. But I just want to know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
last year
was tough, man. Last year was tough.
And I get the feeling based on talking to Doege that they're going to go for it on 4th down a little bit more this year.
Good.
When it's 4th and 1 on the 50. I just don't see any way Seth is going to be like, yeah, okay, let's punt it.
Oh, hey, we got a super snap, $1.99 super snap from the great Rick Trimmer. Rick Trimmer from Race Car Pageantry.
Lore.
No,
Lore.
Race Car Lore. Rick Trimmer. Yes. Very much appreciate. What's that?
Pageantry works.
Pageantry. Can you have race car pageantry?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, did you know race cars at Palindrome?
Wow, look at you.
No, it is.
I know it is.
Did I ever tell you about this? When I was in 3rd grade, we had to read a book, and it's weird how weird things stick with you. My whole life is just weird things that stick with me. And the book was called Hannah is a Palindrome. And so she's getting made fun of because the teacher kept saying that Hannah is a palindrome because it's spelled it's spelled the same way backwards and forwards or whatever, like race car. So anyways, the chief protagonist, protagonist, I can never remember which one it is. He was making fun of her, saying that Hannah is a palindrome. Well, come to find out at the end of it, that this kid's name was Otto, and she got him back by saying Otto is a palindrome. Take that, Otto. Sure. Have you ever read this book?
No, but I just ordered 18 copies.
Yes, no, it's good. It's good. Anybody out there, you guys want to read
You
Hannah?
really know how to sell books, Mike.
Hannah is a palindrome. No, I should. So, anyways, all right. Now, I just want to know what I see. That's where we are at. So there we go. Oh, Shelby, I think you also, yeah, Otto, good job. But it's not spelled like AUTO.
I totally thought it was spelled AUTO, and I was like, that's not a palindrome.
No, OTTO. That's Otto is a palindrome.
Basically, all I got from this, Mike, is that Otto is a jerk. No one likes that dude.
No, Otto was a putz. Otto, if Mick Cronin was a kid in school, he would have been Otto. Oh, by the way, did you see that Mick Cronin picture where he's like grilling the non-seasoned burgers with like the terribly packaged hot dogs?
No, I gotta find it.
That guy's such a putz, man. But yeah, I can't stand Mick Cronin. I like, you know what's funny about Mick Cronin? Like, I get UCLA fans that are like, oh yeah, well, at least he knows what a Final Four is. Mick Cronin has been a head coach for over 800 years, and he made one with one other player. I will give you a bet. Any UCLA fan out there that Mick Lloyd, Mick Lloyd's like a drummer in the 70s.
Mick Cronin, Tommy Lloyd. I got you.
Yes. Tommy Lloyd will make a Final Four sooner than it took Mick Cronin and all of his years as a Division I basketball coach.
I mean, Mick's doing the whole thing similar to what Ben Howland did, where everyone loves him at first, and then he doesn't win as much. Then he wears on you, and before you know it, you want to run him out of town because you just don't like him anymore.
I just couldn't be, let's see here. Ray. Mike Kim is a palindrome as well. Oh, that'd be my rap name, Mike Kim. You got Rakim like opening up for Mike Kim. Take that. I do like that. All right. Now, yeah, Mick Cronin. Let's get to a little bit of Arizona men's basketball, because again, I know we are a football school. This has been established time and time again. I do like all the ASU people that are like, oh, what do you mean you're a football school? Dude, buzz off. Okay. Bryce James. You know, a lot of people.
That was awesome.
A lot of people, I think, a lot of people look at it, I think, with Bryce James, and they're like, oh, you know, this is one of the charity scholarships. No. He has a chance of being good. I read, I think it was Finkelman or whatever the guy is from 24/7 that wrote it up.
Adam
Finkelstein. Yeah. He said that, you know, his frame is filling out, and this is going to be good for the Spacers. The Spacers should love this. He is projecting out as a very good three-point shooter at the next level. Spacers unite.
Well, Saturday, you know, I sent you that game. I think it was Saturday where he had 16 points and was the Hoop Hall MVP. He made like 5 threes.
Right.
LeBron was tweeting about him. He's not terrible. Look, he's not going to play his freshman year very much. I would be surprised. But they absolutely are taking him with the belief that he could be something down the road.
Yes. Okay. Oh, we got a super snap. Dave Flatt, the great Dave Flatt. Yes, very much appreciate the super snap. Okay. Oh, Andre Veras, another super snap. They're coming in hot and heavy, man. We're gonna have to go to Longview with all these super snaps that we're accumulating. All right. Yes, $2.50. I need a sheer hedge. All right, let's get a sheer hedge. I don't know, man. I don't know what the sheer hedge is. Okay.
Yeah. You've been hedging a lot lately.
No. I got called out for hedges that weren't hedges. Let's see, a sheer hedge. Let's see here. Sheer. All right, sheer. Arizona next year, over or under 4.5 wins in football.
Oh man.
Oh, it's a good. You naturally want to hedge. You want to go 4.5, don't you?
Too much respect for my guys Seth and Danny. We'll go over. Let's go over.
You're going 5.
Let's go 5.
Absolutely. That was good. All right, but yeah, Bryce James though. There's your sheer hedge. That was good. But Arizona basketball though, that's going to be an interesting one. You know, another thing too that I guess I didn't really realize is that with Bryce James, people are like, oh, LeBron's going to be helicopter parent. He wants him, and he's going to want him to play. Dude, he doesn't even start in high school.
No, he doesn't.
Like,
he doesn't start in high school.
How is he a little league dad if his kid doesn't even start in high school?
They're much more rational as basketball parents than I think people automatically assume. They weren't really an issue with Bronny. People try to create the narrative that Bronny got Andy Enfield out of USC. He didn't. It had nothing to do with Bronny. LeBron isn't forcing Sierra Canyon to play Bryce 30 minutes a game or anything like that. They'll be at Game Savannah. We'll probably be at more games than LeBron.
Right.
And it's not, this isn't, Andre Barrett's nailed. This isn't a LeVar Ball situation, right?
It's not at all. I think, you know what it is? I think it's just people that don't like LeBron James.
Yes, that's 100% what it is.
And again, listen, I'm actually a bigger LeBron fan than most. I don't like how he pretends to read books that he's not really reading. Those pictures are great. Like that compilation of books that he's supposedly deep in, and you can tell that they've never been opened. It's like, LeBron, what are you doing? And I like LeBron James, though. I think overall, everything that, listen, he was born into nothing. He was given a ton of money. He stayed out of trouble. Overall, I think LeBron is a success story. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't really get the hate.
Just people are jerks. They don't like LeBron. It's really, it's just, and then you'll have schools be like, it's not worth it, blah, blah. It's like, not worth what? Like, what? Because it's definitely worth that.
Yeah, and let's talk about clutch for a second. Hey, I meant to ask you this, by the way. Hot take. Yeah, LeBron is a success story. He is a success story. Yes, that's where it's at. All right, now, I want to get into a little bit of recruiting talk because, again, we are a basketball school, as we know. But first, we've got to pay the bills around here. Now, Sheer, you got all kinds of stuff going on in your front yard, right?
I do. Yeah, it's correct. I'll tweet a picture later. They're doing the whole sidewalk. They got to rip off the street. It's wild out there.
But you know what? Green Valley Decorative Rock could be here to help you as well. Here's the deal with Green Valley Decorative Rock. You might say, Mike, I don't live in Green Valley. That's fine. They're in Tucson as well. And they deliver to all areas around Tucson. And again, deliver all kinds of good stuff, though. You've got grass. You've got artificial turf. I was actually talking about them today or yesterday with a friend of mine. And you've also got their serving residents, and they can deliver all throughout there. They bring to you, like I said, you don't have to be like me and go and throw everything in your Kia or a Nissan Altima and take it. They have you covered. Plus, again, 50 plus locally sourced landscaping materials and pavers. Pavers are a big part of all of this, Sheer. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Plus, support Mike. Mike is the man. We very much like Mike on this show. Again, they're good folks. So check it out. Phone numbers below. Green Valley Decorative Rock. You will thank me later. And they will come to you. All right. Now, might say, Mike, I need a place to go have a cold one. And guess what? RJ's Frozen Cactus. I went there yesterday to watch the second half. I told everybody that Lamar Jackson would not win this game. I was right. And while I was sipping back on a couple cold ones, I was tweeting out that I was right. And again, they got all kinds of good stuff. 100 plus craft beers, $2 deals, pizza, wings, tacos, burgers. They go from prime rib to pizza. Also, you might be like somebody like Sheeran. You might be getting wild on a Saturday before you go to cover the U of A basketball game. And you're like, man, I got to leave my car here. Leave the car there. And then you can trip all the way over to the game, then come back. They have a massive parking lot. It is good. I like it. Also, you might have seen them on Bar Rescue. No bad seats in the house. We like places that have no bad seats in the house. Good stuff. Check it out. Sheer, you should go there sometime with me. I will take you.
Well, I usually don't like going out in public with you because I know you're big time, but
Yeah, I don't blame it. Hey, also, Wilbur's Big Burner is in here right now. He's very, very good at clipping all of my really, really bad images. I don't think there's been one that he can. I don't really think that he. I don't know that he can really clip anything from this show, can he? Maybe the palindrome.
Oh, we got time. The palindrome.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
There's only 15 minutes left. Brooks McDaniel. Mike, I almost congratulated you for going somewhere that's more than 2 miles from your house and not a sponsor of the show, but I was wrong. You were wrong. All right. Now, let's talk Elijah Arenas. Is he with Clutch now?
Not that I know of. He could be.
Did you see that thing that was tweeted out? I wanted to ask you about that. Or maybe it was posted on your board that it looked like he might have been with Clutch now.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Does that help Arizona? Does that hurt Arizona?
It doesn't hurt Arizona. I don't know how much that helps. I mean,
Right.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yes. All right. We will see. Now, let's talk about one thing now. Arizona basketball against Oklahoma State. You have to win this game. Oklahoma State sucks.
Did you see my poll question, by the way? I want to make sure I get your hedge
Put your
of the
poll
week.
out as a question? No, I don't want
Yeah.
to see that.
I want to make sure that I get your hedge in here. More
Oh, yeah. Hit the
likely
like
to
button. Hit the
happen.
like button.
More likely to happen tomorrow. Caleb, 25 points. Townsend, 12 points. More likely.
Caleb 25. I've seen it.
I'm just saying. I think it's a great question.
No,
Proud of myself.
nobody's responding to us about Trey Townsend. Anybody we ask?
Yeah. But you're right. Tomorrow is the most must win out of all must wins. I mean, if they lose,
No
tomorrow,
excuse. You've got to win that game. None.
Yeah, and I watched. I'm not going to pretend like I watch Oklahoma State every game, but I watched the condensed Colorado game last night with Shelby. We got comfortable on the couch, and this is our
We got
version
comfortable
of
with your fiance on the couch of 25 years.
This is the romance. We watch condensed versions of Big 12 basketball games. Oklahoma State is not good. They can't guard. They're not a good shooting team. It's a lot of one-on-one basketball. But the biggest thing I looked at is they cannot guard. Arizona should be able to absolutely win this game by double digits.
All right. Now, one thing I will say is if you're Koa L Peat, or Koa L Peat, I don't think it's L. I think it's Koa S Peat. If you're Koa Peat and you're looking at this and you're saying, man, I could be if I go to Arizona and I play power forward next year, I could basically look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar compared to what they just went through. Does that factor into the equation?
Sure. I'm sure it does. Why not? I mean,
Yes.
and look, you know what factors in the equation? Have we thought big picture here that maybe the reason why Townsend plays a little bit more is to show Koa, hey, I'm going to play you no matter how bad you are?
Well, I would hope that's not the equation. Hey, Sheer, you had a great question about Townsend. And again, people here, these guys get paid a lot of money. We're not making fun of them personally. We were talking about their play. The worst starter that gets minutes since 2005. You put that out there.
So I looked at this on Ken Pom, right? And I went back to 2005, different starting lineup combinations and all that. The only two players that I could come up comparable to Trey Townsend were Stone Gettings, and there was a span, remember, when Ira Lee was the starter.
Yeah, but I'd take both of them for two different reasons.
I would take Stone easily.
Yes, because Stone could shoot a little bit. He's a little
yeah. Ira's the one that's a little interesting, but I know what you're going to say. With Ira, you never had to worry about effort level.
Yeah, you also
said he did rebound.
You also said that you were going to come on the show and you were going to admit that Townsend doesn't play hard. You did say that.
I don't care. I'm not defending Trey anymore. So like if you say he doesn't play hard,
dude,
I still do think though, Mike, a legit part of it is his instincts and athleticism just aren't there.
Dude, that play though at the end though, where he just kind of looked at the ball, that was like, oh my gosh, dude, like what are we doing here?
Tolleson, that was the other one, but
he didn't start enough though, did he?
Tolleson didn't really start enough. No, he didn't really. When you look at his numbers, the most games he started at Arizona, he started 13 games at Arizona, so I didn't count.
Yeah.
And honestly, he was better. He was better than Trey.
Yes,
it's close though.
All right, yes, H. Fuchs. Stonewall Jackson Gettings, GOAT. Is that really his name? That was his name, wasn't it? Stonewall Jackson Gettings? Oh, yeah.
I think he's playing again. I know he took some time off to make a lot of money, and now I think he's playing again.
Hey, did you know where they got the name, or where Stonewall Jackson got his name from?
No, but get ready to clip this. Here comes the Wilbur clip.
No, it's not a Wilbur clip. It's true.
Go, hey.
All right, yeah. Well, anyways, he was like on a horse or something, and it was like the Battle of like Appomattox, or I don't know, something, one of those street wars. And they said he is sitting there looking like a stone wall on his horse, and it's stuck. That is how the name Stonewall happened.
Look at you.
No, you come in here and you get history knowledge as well.
Let's talk inauguration now. Take it, Mike.
No. No, we will not talk inauguration. I said I will not talk about TikTok because I do not understand anything about it. And to me, it's silly. And then people are like, don't get into politics. No, it's not getting into politics.
TikTok's not politics.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Yes, here. I need a year of Mike Luke teaching a history class in a TUSD. School would be great. Oh, I'd be a terrible teacher. Like when it comes to that stuff, no, I would not be able to. All right, now let's talk Caleb Love. This was this was kind of the game. This was one of the. Feel free to slap me around, people. That last 5 minutes, he checked out.
Yeah, he did. I thought multiple players did. I thought KJ checked out too.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Christine Lance. I wonder if this is relation to Rob Lance. I hope it is. Oh my gosh! First battle of Bull Run. There stands Jackson like a stone wall. I told you I knew that one. No, I did.
Okay, I didn't argue with you. I don't know who you're arguing with.
Oh, all right, cool. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, I'm arguing with myself.
By the way, if Arizona loses tomorrow night, we're not having a post game. It's just gonna be 1 hour of Stonewall facts.
Yes, there are Stonewall Jackson facts. Yeah. Yes. Here's the thing, man. You get a little bit of everything on this show, man. We've talked 5 minutes about Stonewall Jackson. Yes, there he's saying. Go ahead.
Caleb Love did not. That last 5 minutes, it was we're awful. Losing. It turned into a do you offense where look, we're losing, but I'm gonna try to hit some threes right here. Step back threes. It was bad. KJ had the bad three. It was. I don't believe that Tommy was we didn't play all that well type. He's got to be pissed at that because he always gets pissed when the offense becomes selfish. And then those last 5 minutes, it was just a completely selfish offense.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Let's see here. How much Confederate history does Mike know before we get worried? Hey, I side. Listen,
tune in tomorrow. We'll talk.
I would have sided with the North. How about that?
Look at you.
Now I'm going to be accused of getting into politics because I wanted the Union to win. But all right. But yeah, that's there's a couple other things that we need to. Dick Wilson, the great Dick Wilson. Mike teaching history, then arguing with himself.
Yeah, you're like yelling at me as if I'm disagreeing with you. I didn't say a word.
Oh, you did. Yeah. I don't know. I needed somebody. I'm feeling down. I needed somebody to be able to. Lift me back up. Okay. Now listen. Somebody that could also lift you back up during all of this. Oh,
that was good. That was good.
Michael Rubin with the Swift Mortgage Group. Okay. Now, you might say, Mike, what does Mike Rubin do? He is a broker. Here's the deal, too. Use code Wayne Womack. That is the epitome of when you know something here. Wayne Womack sure has no clue who Wayne Womack is. Arizona basketball player from about 6 years into the Lute Olson era. Wayne Womack is the man. But either way, Mike Rubin is also the man. He can go. Rubin's he's got two first names, too.
Was it Womack early 90s?
Yeah, there you go. Not bad work. Wow. All right. Yeah, but either way, he can help you get pre-qualified for home loans, down payment assistance. And again, he supports U of A, cash out refinances, debt consolidation, senior loan officer. And the great thing about it is he can get you rates lower than retailers. He knows what he is doing. Check it out. Again, top 1% nationally. All kinds of stuff. He can help you again, buy, sell, or refinance. But again, if you go there, use Wayne Womack because therefore we get we look good in the process. We look good. Check it out. Again, you will thank me later. The Rubin Group at Swift Mortgage. Okay. Back to Arizona basketball. I need Caleb. Listen, Caleb's just going to kind of do what I think Caleb's going to do. One guy, though, that I need to play better than he did last game, and it looked like he was turning a corner, was KJ. Because KJ's game isn't predicated on shooting threes, or at least it shouldn't be. KJ is somebody that can get into the lane. KJ is actually a pretty good passer when he does that. I need KJ to play the way that KJ can, not this past KJ. That was not good.
Yeah, he was awful. And that's the thing with KJ this season is when hasn't played well, I mean, he's been bad, right? Like it's either there's two extremes. There's not like that average game from KJ. They need him to be better. I think he'll be able to turn around this week. These are two matchups that I think Arizona should win relatively easily. If not, it's a very bad thing. But I like both matches for them. I'd be pretty disappointed if he didn't get back on track this week.
Yes, exactly. Now, Miss Shelby K says that's the problem. Caleb should be doing what Tommy the coach says. I agree, but yeah, I just don't. Listen. I like Tommy Lloyd a lot. Hope Tommy Lloyd's here for a while. I just don't know that I don't know that I'm not sure accountability is necessary.
There you go. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't think accountability is necessarily one
Mike,
of the
a
strongest.
32-year-old punter just entered the transfer portal.
32-year-old punter.
32-year-old punter.
All right, so how does this work? So LDS, I would assume.
He's on ECU. I don't know.
I would have
This
thought it'd
is.
be like
I don't. I
Utah,
gotta
like
look this
Utah
up.
State or something.
No, I don't know how he's. Maybe he transferred. Let me look this up. 32 years old. That's older than you.
We got somebody. Yeah, I did. Or no, it's not older than me. We
Graduate
got somebody.
student with 2 years of athletic. So he started in 2020. He started in the COVID year, and he's Australian, so he probably started older.
Interesting. Don't they have a guy from like? Oh, what do you think about the guy from New Zealand? By the way, we're gonna have OKG. We're gonna have a segment called OKG or no OKG coming up here. A little bit later on.
Only skill related. We love everyone.
Yes. No, it's all But what is the that kid that they got from like New Zealand
Bruce
or
just
like
wasn't good enough. He just was not good enough at all.
No. The other one that they just added.
Salupa.
Yeah,
they like him. I mean, look, I don't know how.
Well, they like Chuba as well.
Yeah, I don't know how good at football he is. But Danny Gonzalez showed me videos, and he's insanely strong. He's like 6'7". At one point, he was 450 pounds, so he's actually lost weight. Yeah.
Hey, what do you think? All right, I'm going to ask you right now, no hedge. OKG or no OKG?
I mean, he's probably average. I don't think he'll be like great or anything, but I don't think he'll be unplayable.
So you're saying no to the OKG on
Sure. I think he'll be an average player.
Okay. By the way, I will forever thank Rich Rod for that term. OKGs is such a great term. I get somebody like once a day, or when I tweet that out, that said, "What's an OKG?" And it's like, "Oh, it's our kind of guy." And he's like, "What's wrong with that?" And it's like, "Oh,
kind of." They didn't call good players OKGs.
We definitely did not. T-Mac, definitely not an OKG.
Yeah.
Deal? All right. Yes. All right. Now, before we sign off here, very much appreciate you all coming to us live on a 9 o'clock on MLK Day. And again, like I said, I am happy the Union won. How about that? No, I mean, I don't
clip it so everyone knows where Mike stands.
I do not think that is a controversial take that I'm happy that the Union won, but watch the views plummet. And palindromes, baby. Yes. All right, now, Sheer, where can they find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
All right, now you might say Mike Luke.
Shelby.
Now let's see the great Shelby. Now
Cody just texted us. We just lost all our Southern sponsors because.
You know what? Sometimes I got to stand on principle. I had to stand on principle on this one. Yes, a bold take by Mike Luke. Okay, now Cody James Martin, the man of 3 first names. Very much appreciate him behind the scenes. We have 2 shows tomorrow. I've got 2 shows. Whatever that song is.
Yeah,
it was good. Okay, now we got 2 shows tomorrow. We got one at 10:30. Probably going to I'm going to see if that Putz Matt Mulebach will join me. Shearer will be on the post game with Ben One White. This is true.
Yep. A lot of tight end talk and some basketball talk as well.
We will. Yes, exactly. We will see. Oh, Tobe Awaka as a tight end as well.
I bet he'd be good.
I think he would be really good as
legitimately good. Like I'm not even.
Yeah. Trey Townsend, not a good tight end.
Not a good tight end.
Yes. We need effort. All right. On that note, though, for Mr. Jason Shearer, Cody James Martin, everybody in the chat, you guys are fantastic. Very much appreciate you all putting up with us. Big shout out to Arizona's new OC, Seth Doege. Appreciate you. We will be back with you tomorrow at 10:30. TTFN. Ta-ta for now. You've been listening to the AZ12 podcast.